Let's explain the cannot use JSX unless the JSX flag is provided error in JavaScript. This error pops up when you're trying to use JSX, JavaScript XML, a syntax extension that lets you write HTML-like code within your JavaScript, but your JavaScript environment isn't configured to understand it. Think of JSX as a bridge. It helps React, a popular JavaScript library, seamlessly blend HTML with JavaScript. The error means that the tool you're using, like a compiler or bundler, needs to be told explicitly that you're using JSX. Let's break down how to fix it. 1. Understanding JSX. JSX isn't standard JavaScript, it's a syntax extension. It lets you write things like div-hello world, div directly in your JavaScript code, which is much more readable than the standard JavaScript way of creating elements. React uses JSX extensively for building user interfaces. 2. The problem. When you try to run code containing JSX without informing your tools about it, they get confused. They interpret the div tags as regular JavaScript and naturally throw an error because they're not valid JavaScript. 3. The solution. Setting the JSX flag. The solution involves telling your JavaScript environment that you're using JSX. How you do this depends on what tools you're using. A. Babel. If you're using Babel, a popular JavaScript compiler, you need to add the @babel/preset React preset to your Babel configuration. This preset enables Babel to understand and correctly process JSX. You'll typically do this in a write single quote .babelrc write single quote file or within your build configuration, depending on your setup. B. Webpack. If you use Webpack, a popular module bundler, you might need to configure a loader, like Babel Loader, to handle JSX files. This loader will then use Babel, which needs the correct presets, to handle your JSX. C. TypeScript. If you're writing TypeScript, a superset of JavaScript, you'll need to enable the JSX compiler option in your write single quote tsconfig.json write single quote file. You can set JSX to either React, the most common, React Native, or Preserve. D. Other build systems. Other build systems or JavaScript environments might have different ways of enabling JSX support. Check their documentation for guidance. 4. Example, Babel. In your write single quote .babelrc write single quote file, you'd add something like this. Presets @babel/preset React. This tells Babel to include the plugin that handles JSX. 5. Troubleshooting. If the error persists after checking your configurations, ensure that all necessary packages are installed. npm install @babel/preset React or equivalent for your environment. Double-check your file paths and configuration files for any typos. If you're still stuck, provide details about your project setup and build tools for more specific help. By correctly configuring your JavaScript environment to handle JSX, you can seamlessly integrate HTML-like code into your JavaScript projects, making your code cleaner and easier to maintain.